So Dr. Phil, who is obviously a right-winger, clearly a Trump guy, he's been in the headlines a lot recently for basically sticking his big face where it doesn't belong, including attending several ICE raids for no logistical reason. He's just there to watch people have their lives destroyed. But what some people don't know, because it's been such a complete and total failure, is that recently Dr. Phil actually launched a conservative media outlet. He sees all these other conservative outlets springing up, all of them doing exceptionally well, conservative talkers on the internet doing well, podcasters doing well. Hell, you have to be a brain-dead moron to not be able to turn a profit off of conservative broadcasting. It is literally the easiest industry in this country. And Dr. Phil's startup, his little conservative media company, has already gone bankrupt, and they have no distribution. Which actually makes me feel a lot better, because about a week or so ago, they emailed me and were like, hey, come on our show. And I was like, I'm actually heading out on vacation. Get back to me later. So I'm glad I didn't agree to that, because it would have been a total and complete waste of time, seeing as how they're not airing anywhere. And here's why. According to Variety, Merit Street, which is Dr. Phil's company, filed for bankruptcy and then filed a lawsuit naming TBN as a defendant with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in the Northern District of Texas on Wednesday, July 2nd. The complaint alleges that TBN, which was Merit Street's broadcast partner, reneged on its obligations and instead abused its position as the controlling shareholder. As a result, Merit Street claims in the lawsuit it was forced to pay or incur obligations to third parties in excess of $100 million. TBN was contractually responsible for handling distribution payments, but did not follow through with them, resulting in Merit Street losing its distribution, according to the lawsuit. Merit Street has nowhere to send its broadcast signal and nowhere to air its programming, no matter how great it may be, says the lawsuit. The complaint also says that TBN provided screens and teleprompters that blacked out during live shows, an incomplete control room operating out of a truck, an unusable cell phone app for viewers, and amateur video editing software. These failures by TBN were neither unintended nor inadvertent. They were a conscious, intentional pattern of choices made with full awareness of that the consequence of which was to sabotage and seal the fate of a new but already nationally acclaimed network. This is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time, and this comes after a long stream of very non-funny news. You sound like Mike Lindell. Like, oh man, they intentionally sabotaged me so nobody can do it. I can't even air it on TV. I've got the program that gave me a crappy control room. What do I do? You call it quits. You can't sue them because they just didn't give you good equipment, or because, more likely, you guys don't know how to use the equipment. I've been in this game for 21 years, folks. I have been involved in the building of multiple different full-blown television production sets. Everything from, set design to control room creation. We have created 1 to 4 different control rooms over my career with Ring of Fire. So I understand that, yes, sometimes you get good contractors, sometimes you get bad contractors, right? Sometimes they teach you how to use the equipment, other times they don't, and it fails until you learn it, okay? Sometimes you just get bad equipment and you just return it to the place where you got it from and they give you a new one. Most of the equipment that you use for broadcasting is covered by extensive warranties. So the teleprompter blacking out, yeah, that's really not that big of a deal. You can't sue somebody because you couldn't figure out how to use a teleprompter. But this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Going bankrupt in conservative media? Like, that's one of the most profitable things out there. You just make stuff up. You don't even have to have a staff. You don't have to have researchers. You can go out there, launch conspiracy theories, and make millions of dollars. All of us on the left could immediately get rid of our morals and ethics and turn to the right, and we'd all be millionaires overnight. I promise you that. But we have ethics. We have real beliefs. We genuinely enjoy what we do because it serves a purpose and we're not sellouts. But Dr. Phil, who's already a multimillionaire, thought he saw a golden opportunity here, and it turns out he's just about the only human on the planet that can lose money in conservative media. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.